here, students. Because I am here.
What's up, guys? C9FanCast Season 1, Episode 5. So it was an action-packed week for League of Legends. Watching Cloud9 get fisted in the ass by Flyquest was absolutely... oh my god, it broke my heart. I was like, we're gonna run the same comp back 3 times. You know what? It's gonna make it even better. Just do it in Game 4 too, because we already lost at that point. And then you also had TSM reverse sweeping Golden Guardians, taking a page out of Cloud9's book. Then the LEC. I told people, and I'm gonna keep my word to this, LEC's first seed doesn't mean shit if a team like Fnatic, who looks so atrocious, beat Rogue 3-0. And then Rogue can never win a best of 5 in the LEC and still go to Worlds. This is their little fun fact right now until they ever do win a best of 5. They have never won a best of 5 in the LEC yet that team can be allowed to go to Worlds. So your first seed doesn't mean shit, Europeans. I'm sorry. No. Well, there's a best of 5. Never. Shut up. I don't want to hear all the excuses. And next you're gonna tell me Reckless is a good player, and I ain't gonna believe that shit. So it doesn't matter. Like, come on.
Reckless hasn't been a good player since like 2016.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, Fnatic. Oh, all they do is mental block against G2. No, that doesn't fucking make any sense, you idiots. Literally, they're not good enough. That's what that means. Okay, so you're telling me that I can literally lose to a certain players on a team 7 times in a row, and your only excuse is I have a mental block. No, you just fucking suck, and you're not good like them. It could just be that. It's not, you have 20 different excuses and shit. Where's these 20 different excuses people want to come up with? Just like the Batman trailer came out this week from DC Fandom. He's year 2 Batman. Bro, this Batman knows 27 different martial arts. What? So you can't knock thugs out in 2 hits? I digress. But how was you guys this week? What did you do?
I've been cutting a lot of grass, man. Working a lot.
I've been having a lot of sex. Well, that's what I've been doing, but...
dude, gross.
Yeah,
Good personality, man. Come on, man.
Oh my god.
This is a Christian podcast, man.
Oh, what the heck? That... ChristianMingle.com and shit. Oh my god. You know what's funny? On ChristianMingle.com, they charge you and say it's gonna go to the house of the Lord. I'm like, oh my god, you guys are snakes. You people are snakes. No. Overall, I had a pretty good week. DC Fandom came out. You guys know I did coverage with that. I was on my friend's channel. He did a 9-hour live stream for that. I saw the games, saw the trailers. The Batman trailer was really good to me. The Wonder Woman 84 trailer, I'm hyped for that. Black Adam, The Rock, who's playing and talking shit. I loved it all. Then shout outs to Matt Reeves, who told me literally nothing about the Batman film. Just tell me the same shit he has told me for the past 3 years. Good job, Matt Reeves. Also, I watched the My Hero Academia first film. And before we get to League of Legends, why is that white girl in the first My Hero Academia movie not a main character in the real show?
I don't know.
They actually had chemistry. She didn't just like him because he did cool things like Uraraka, who's trash, but
Oh, dude, hold on. We're about to. I'm hopping on a plane. Right now.
No, but like
Here we go, boys.
The white girl liked him for who he was and things that he did that were all obviously where he was showing her that he's a hero. He wants to be a hero. Uraraka just likes him for what? Because he, like, what? Why? I don't understand it.
Because
she inspired him in like the early episodes.
Oh my! Episode 4. Oh my god, we're going like that far. Oh shit. Oh shit. But how are you guys doing?
Doing all right, doing pretty good. Kind of dreading that tomorrow because I handled a lot of poison ivy today, so we'll see how fucked up I am tomorrow.
Don't worry, man. I messed up at work too. Cost them a lot of money this week. They were pretty mad.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it definitely feels like shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, my week's pretty simple, nothing super special, nothing, poison ivy and that kind of stuff. School's about to start online, so I guess that'll be interesting for me.
That's good.
But let's see.
So bringing it back a little bit. So you've gone through the Endeavor arc, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm finished with
Didn't I tell you that was gonna be lit as fuck?
They made him look good.
Bro, no spoilers, man. I'm reading that right now. Come on, man. Come on,
Oh my
man.
goodness.
All I said was great. That's all I said.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's not
Okay.
there yet. Oh my god,
God.
Jen. Oh my god. I had this dude in the C9 group say that stats are indicative of how people are playing League. I'm like, dude, you just understand the game at a surface level basis. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you don't understand. So here's the stats thing with me. I'll explain it to everyone who's gonna watch. So stats in League are way different in this game than any other game because certain champions do a lot of damage just by how strong they are. Ezreal, Hecarim, champions like Warwick, Ahri, they just do a lot of damage because they do a lot of damage in their abilities. So if a player picks that said champion and does a lot of damage, that doesn't mean that player was playing good in that game where he's doing a lot of damage. So let's say someone has a pop-off Ezreal game, but you go and watch the game based off the stats, he had a pop-off game. Watch the game, you see he was down 50 CS, getting blasted in lane. It's like, did he really play good, or did the stats make it look good? You know what I mean?
Also, there's things...
It's also the playstyle too. I think,
right.
Especially for mid lane, like there's certain champions, like for example Galio. You can either build super tanky or super high damage, right? You can stay in lane or you can choose the roam. And I think a lot of those aren't shown on the stats, but it's shown in the gameplay. And I think just looking at stats, only stats is kind of stupid.
Stats are good, but I don't think anything actually replaces the eyeball test. You can look at a lane and see how well certain people are playing.
Oof.
I don't think there's any replacement for that in any sport, really.
Did you guys get a chance to... Okay, so I'm going to have to have you do it after LCS is over to make sure we're keeping up with it, because we have Worlds coming up. So I want to make sure we are accurately prepared to rank all the regions. So this week we have a Freak of Freaks versus T1. You know, their little wild card, best of 3 doesn't mean shit. It's like, why is this not a best of 5? They literally come out of playing 18 best of 3s, a whole split. You know what? Your first playoff round, another best of 3. Korea, switch that shit. Good God. So whoever wins out of a Freak of Freaks in T1, then plays Gen G, which is also death, because they're also insanely strong. Then you have Dragon X, and after facing Dragon X...
my boys!
It's Damwon time. Damwon, bro. Let's go.
Damwon is in the finals. So this might be the hardest split to win the LCK. You have to face Gen G, who's also strong, Dragon X, and Damwon, who's considerably one of the best teams in the world. Yeah, I don't. Oh, Afrika and T1, you got your work cut out for you. But hey, you know, T1 has a little playoff up. I hate saying playoff up. That sounds like just a big old cop out. If because you want to predict them right, but it's like T1 haven't not been looking that good though.
Yeah.
Watching the games, so. But just want to tell you guys, make sure you're kind of keeping up with the games. Watch some highlights. Watch some of the VODs, because that way when the LCS is over, we can, obviously talk about the other regions too. And then prepare for Worlds. So for Worlds, top 20 players, we're going to have that. And then our top 10 teams going into Worlds 2020. So sneaky number 1.
So hold on.
For World players.
World time coming around. How many people do you think on the group are going to say something about Faker when talking about T1?
Faker was the best mid dude. He destroyed all those.
Dude, I'm waiting for it, man. I'm just waiting for it.
Dude, T1 has Faker. I can't. He's still the GOAT.
Meanwhile, this dude missed 3 best of 3 series.
I just can't wait to be like,
I'm roasting that dude. I'm roasting that guy. I'm just trying to straight up roast him. I'm like, bro, you sound like Loco Doco right now. Ain't knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Jesus.
Holy shit, man. So let's start with the LCS. So as we had the matchups begin this week, we had Flyquest versus Cloud9. Flyquest, obviously this roster has lost to C9 7 times in a row. The same thing that we had in the LEC with G2 and Fnatic. So what did you guys think about this game? Obviously, on the last show, I gave most of my thoughts and opinions on this series.
So all due respect to FlyQuest, they definitely found something that worked, and it won them a game. Here's the thing. It wasn't that FlyQuest necessarily, booty blasted C9. C9 booty blasted themselves by picking the same comp 4 fucking games in a row, when it never worked. The game they won is because FlyQuest threw.
Huge throw.
All they have to do, all Cloud9 has to do to win that series is ban Shen. That's all they have to do.
I thought they handled the Shen pretty well. What I thought they should have banned was what the fuck was PoE on the whole time? Azir. I thought they should have just banned Azir. But
Azir's super strong.
Yeah, but Shen's fine too. But the way they were handling the Shen pick, they were just, the solo was non-existent in that series. If he says he played good, you are full of shit.
Here's the problem. They had to play around the Shen in such a way that it prevented them from playing their ideal style. Because they couldn't actually make plays around the map with impunity the way they wanted to. They had to play around it, which set up certain windows for them to actually do things. Like, if you just shut down the Shen, guess what? You don't have to worry about that Shen ulting into mid lane when you're ganking PoE to set up behind. The Shen, just being so stubborn to not ban the Shen is trolling to me. And it's clearly obvious based on the Cloud9's next series against GG, where, guess what? They banned the Shen. And what happened? What happened, Golden Guardians?
Oh my god. Man, dude, they're already gone. They're already gone, man. Why you gotta be dick? But
I'm just pointing out, they looked like Cloud9 of the spring split when they just banned the Shen pick. Because Shen is really strong, I think, at least. Azir's really strong, too. Against TSM, they absolutely have to ban that Azir, or you let Bjergsen have the only champion that he's capable of 1v9ing on, my bad. He has enemy players on his team.
Yeah, I think the Shen pick definitely is something that C9 should have banned, but in my opinion, I didn't really like C9's draft that much. I felt like a lot of the pressure was on Sven, and for the first two games he was okay, but then starting in the third and then especially in the fourth, he's back to his throwing ways because he's just under too much pressure. Because when you have a Gangplank who doesn't really want to engage, and then you have a Zoe who pokes on the side, then the pressure is on him, right? And especially Vulcan's ult to basically CC as many people as they can. And I feel like in terms of draft, C9's identity, they're starting to play a little bit better. I do agree with what Ravioli is saying. But I think in general, the drafting issue, I think for C9 still persisted quite a lot. Ezreal Yumi for all 4 games, like we said, I don't really like that. I definitely think there should be a switch up. But I also think that there should be other ways for C9 to engage rather than just solely rely on ADK.
So the one thing I want to pivot out of from the series was that people were always saying, hey, let's fire Reaper and shit like that. It's like, that's going to be a long-standing debate amongst even not just Cloud9 fans, a lot of people that are just obviously on Twitter, obviously the other teams and players. It's like, why is C9 so invested into Reaper? Now, I've never really actually talked too much about him because we don't really know what he does, obviously, outside of what we see. And that's very hard to judge because a lot of fans like to say, well, he only does this and this. No, that's not how that works. You do not know that. You specifically do not know that. So you cannot say what he does not having any inside information on it. Now, coming from I can only judge him based off how he drafts. Now, I don't think his drafts are bad. That's not being a fanboy. It's not being, super biased. I don't think his drafts are that bad. You give this draft to a lot of other teams in the world, they actually win. I've seen this comp work so many different times on other teams. People have to understand, the players are the ones who execute the draft. That coach could have given you the picture-perfect draft. Engage, CC, early game, skirmishes that you need. You could get the Rift Herald with this team. You could have team fighting early on with this team. He could give you all that. But the players could fail with it, and he somehow gave you a shit draft by a lot of these fans' perception because they're fucking Iron 5 and don't know shit. It's like, what the hell? Like today, in one of my solo queue games, we actually had a really good comp. You know what made us lose? I said let's go for Baron when we got to pick onto an Ahri. But hey, the comp wasn't bad. I'm just a moron, right? But
anyway, yeah, I can see that. The problem is, I don't know whose call it was.
That's true.
To draft the same comp 4 games in a row when it obviously was not working that day. That day, it was not working. But they still tried to force it over and over. I don't know about firing anybody, but somebody needs to answer for that. Because that gifted the series. We did not have a chance to win that because they kept trying to force that. Somebody needs to answer for that.
Yeah, I think furthermore, there's also the other coaching staff too, right? It's not just Reaper, there's also Westrise, and there's Rapid Star, and I'd assume there's analysts behind them too, right? So I think it's kind of stupid because we don't even know who's making the shots, like we said. And there's also so many people that should have been in place to be like, hey, this is our third game with Ezreal and Yumi. Do you want to go that for the fourth game? Another aspect I was thinking is that maybe they're hiding picks because it is double elimination. So they just assume that, hey, even if we lose this, we can still hide what we need until we meet the final boss. So in my opinion, like losing this obviously sucks, but it's not the end of the world. And I do think that C9's drafting will improve, and we saw that in EG's game.
So after all that, Flyquest, after being in the LCS for 3 years, they finally make the World Championship. They're the first team to qualify. That's actually insane. That is actually insane. I'm glad. Hey, by this year, if they beat TL, which we'll talk about in just a moment, after I'm going to preview that series. If they beat TL and make the finals, they'll have made back-to-back finals in 2020. They'll have rebranded and gain a lot of fans. You know what? That proves to me that any team can do this, even if you don't win a trophy yet, because in the future, Flyquest could win a spring split or summer split. We don't know how certain teams are built. But I'm really happy for them. I'm glad Flyquest did this because it proves that CLG can definitely do it too. But it's all based on how they want to definitely brand themselves. Flyquest did a really good job this year on branding themselves, and they made back-to-back finals. People say, "Oh my God, if they lose, they only got second place." Are you good? Oh, they made second place out of 8 other teams, right? Nice logic, bro. What the fuck? What?
Yeah.
But they did good. They did good this year. I'm really proud of them.
They did well. They got at least second place 2 splits in a row. That's really fucking good.
Compared to their random fourth place finishes or when they wouldn't even make it past playoffs round 1. It's like, that's a huge improvement.
Right. I bet you TSM wishes they had the results that Flyquest had these last couple of years. Last couple splits.
Oh, shit. All right.
Damn,
listen, I'm just calling them how I see them. Yeah, good on Flyquest. Maybe they can sign some more high profile free agents now because they actually have the results to back up their success.
Yeah, that's
next series we had was Team Liquid versus Golden Guardians. Easy. Now, I wouldn't say easy 3-0. The scoreline does not indicate how close
that was.
That was close.
Golden Guardians isn't a bad team, I don't think. They at least know what they're doing macro-wise. It's just their players are mechanically just sort of inferior to the top teams. It's unfortunate, but it's just the truth. But they at least know what they're doing to make it competitive against a team like TL who plays so slow.
The fact that Golden Guardians bot lane literally was 2v2 killing TL's bot lane shows me that TL's bot lane is only shown one way. It's only just Core JJ. Tactical is good, but it shows you just how much Core JJ is bringing to the table over Tactical. So TL's bot lane also could be a weakness too. That's the thing. So
I think another thing to point is that I don't know what you guys thought about Closer during the whole playoffs, but Closer in playoff versus Closer in regular season is a different animal.
That's what I thought too.
I didn't think he performed super well, and for me it was pretty interesting because everybody was hyping up how Closer would, gap whatever jungler he's playing against, right? But Broxa actually did, in my opinion, I think a very good job of containing Closer and actually snowballing leads for Jensen or for wherever the carry is, right? So I don't really understand what happened to Golden Guardians. Like maybe they decided to put more pressure bot lane for FBI, which, he did perform really well. But at the same time, what happened to the star jungler?
It's tough to tell. This is his first summer split playoffs, which feels way different than spring split playoffs. Can we just be honest?
Yeah, for sure.
This feels like the main event. Spring split feels like the dress rehearsal. I don't know. Maybe just his nerves got to him because he is still young. This is his first year.
But he did this too last year when he was on.
Wait. You're right. Hold on.
He did this last year on Royal. He did this at Worlds 2019 last year in play-ins with them. That's crazy how these things work. DeMonte knocked him out of Worlds last year on Clutch Gaming. No, it's DeMonte's fault.
Fucking DeMonte.
Because he's did this before. He looked good in the World's playing stage. He looked pretty good. Went to a best of 5 and then just looked non-existent. And that's the same thing too. It's during the playoffs, he was really. I still think he performed better than Blabber during the split, but in playoffs, he did not play insane. He just didn't. He played very
No.
average. He was getting caught out consistently. Who dies to Spica level 1? Or almost dies. It's like, Spica, it's another discussion, because Biofrost
Hey,
over here trolling
Spica
his
played
guy.
well. We can go into that later, but I think he
Oh.
played pretty well.
But can we talk about how Biofrost lost his job over this playoff series?
Got
Can we
it-
talk about?
got it
You
back
guys
and
know what I'm
then
talking
lost
about,
again.
right?
Got it back, then lost it again.
Yeah, we're done talking about TL Golden Guardians. We can go to.
I love Jensen. He's cute. Next series was Cloud9 versus Evil Geniuses.
Hold, are we not gonna?
Oh, we will.
Hold on.
I'm saving the best for last.
Okay.
So, what did you guys think about C9 versus EG?
Uh,
I did think EG
Bot
were gonna
rest
win.
it.
rest in peace, EG.
I just don't think any of us thought that EG were gonna win this.
No.
No. Golden Glue is the best mid laner on this planet. We know this. He's better than Faker.
He can only do so much, man.
Bang
The
was
crown
most
is heavy.
Bang was their most consistent member, and he just played like absolute shit, and it didn't matter anyway at that point.
He got run over. Cloud9 looks like they just finally decided they were done fucking around. Honestly,
Mm.
it looks like, because once again they just banned the Shen. That's all they had to do. Just ban the fucking Shen.
C9 wins 3-0.
They
I think that's what C9 needed
and they
though.
had the TF Global. They had the TF Global, and I think this is like the first time I've seen Niski actually like, pop off. He's been like, people say he's slumping. I wouldn't really say he's like slumping, but he just was struggling along with Blabber a little bit. But then now, like when I see him actually doing his job on TF, and he actually had some sick mechanical outputs. Like I think Niski is getting back into form, so I think it'd be pretty exciting to see what.
You know what I was gonna say about Cloud9 is that having that week break, you know how they get the bye, I think that also can be a double-edged sword, because not actually playing a competitive match on stage, quote unquote online stage match, can hurt your team, because you can tell how rusty they were not playing for like a week or so. It was like, these are just things that they just don't do. You know, these are things that they just don't do in terms of how they move around the map, you know? That's why I say sometimes the buy is a double-edged sword. It doesn't really give you much, but it can give you a lot, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, it just does not, you know?
Yeah. I'm going to say this. After this, if they can get back to 75% of Spring Split Cloud9, I think they run over the rest of the playoffs easy.
All right, so after that series, so C9 beat EG 3-0. Now TSM versus Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians were 5-0.
The spicy.
Golden Guardians were 5-0 against TSM. 5-0.
Oh my god!
And it's like and in Game 3, you're driving your car. You're about to go to your girlfriend's house to have some hot banging sex. But you know what? You know how you don't get there? How you don't finish? When your foot is on the gas pedal, my friends, learning how to drive, you let the gas go and the car starts slowing down. And that's what Golden Guardians did. They were a car with the fast track on to winning the series, and then they took their foot off the gas pedal and just started slowing down, moving all the way back into the parking lot. And then TSM's car, which is a rundown Toyota from 2005,
Camry.
There you
Hell
go.
yeah.
Right there. They started cranking. They went to the mechanic. They were like, well, hey, how much you gonna charge? 180. Got you. Their car started cranking up. Bjergsen put the key in the ignition. He's like, all right, let's put the foot on the gas pedal slowly. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go too fast when you first do this shit. Go and you start going out of the parking lot. You start driving yourself to the store for the first time. And that's what TSM are. A 2005 Toyota Camry. Oh
god, I can finally talk about it. Biofrost, just because you guys won this series doesn't mean you aren't losing your job after this split. What was that Bard ult? When you made the dragon a statue, when Spica was trying to go in and smite it.
He literally was gonna get it. That's the crazy. He was gonna get it.
Yeah, he was gonna get it, but he used Bard
Or
armor.
attempted, yeah.
Like, that was literally enemy Bard.
yeah,
dude, and he also did that to Double F in the mid lane, dude. This guy, man, like...
Dude, no, he lost his job. It's over.
Oh my god. So during the series, the first 2 games, people said TSM threw them because they didn't really know what they were doing. That's kind of bullshit. Come on, these are pro players. They constantly talk about they know what they're going to do and they know how to do it. They just don't execute it properly. So I'm not even taking that excuse in, because fuck that excuse. You can take that excuse and literally go shove it up your ass. They just lost. They lost 2 times again. And you would think at that point in the series, TSM's like, well, we're mentally checked out. Imagine the disappointment of TSM fans losing to the same team both times 3-0. We almost had one of the greatest things I could have used against TSM fans. But you just lost to the same team 3 times in a row. Fuck. I was like, just hold your fat L at this point. Just take your L and put it on your chest. Oh my god.
That would have been the greatest medicine for Cloud9 losing in their upper bracket series. Like, oh, you know what? At least we still get to play. TSM, they lost to GG's twice.
But now TSM, they pulled it back. They had the reverse sweep. Bjergsen always putting TSM on his back. That is, my god. Like, if you had to choose between Bjergsen and Core JJ, if you gave it to Bjergsen in the split, I'm not surprised. You know, he played really well.
Even though we're not supposed to include playoffs into the MVP discussions.
I don't understand that either. I'm pretty moving forward, I think they should include playoffs into the consideration for MVP, because like there's also so many games where you could choose an MVP from playoffs, but playoffs have MVP, so it's like
yeah, it's playoff series MVP, right? Yeah, Bjergsen just looks like he's a man possessed right now because he has to be, because the rest of his team is trash. They don't really have a single good player on the rest of TSM, to be honest. Like, Doublelift doesn't look like Doublelift. You could if you remove the nameplates and told me that was Apollo, I would have believed you.
Oh my god, bro! Come on, man.
Good god, man. This man's nuts.
Biofrost lost his job.
Oh, Lord. My
god. Because one of the worst junglers in the league.
Whew.
And Broken Blade is 80% feed, 20% carry. So, yeah, the only man winning games for TSM is Bjergsen.
So let's talk about Golden Guardians first, because they're, well, gone. So Damonte, what did you guys think about him during the series overall? Good god.
Pretty solid considering he was going up against Bjergsen. Like, not awful. Obviously, he didn't can rein that in, or, you know, do well enough to make sure Bjergsen couldn't scale and win, but, you know, at least he didn't actively feed some.
That's true. And the fact that FBI...
I think he was pretty good in the laning phase too.
Yeah.
FBI and Huhi. Now FBI is gonna have that Sven moment on his career for the rest of his life. Oh no, FBI.
The Sven, the Cody moment, dude. It's the ADCs, man.
God damn. He was trying to, I think I went on Twitter and I said he's trying to do his best Cody Stone impression.
Oh my god.
Oh my
dude,
god.
I saw that,
man.
man.
Oh my god. Because like,
it's so bad because he was carrying that series so hard up until that point.
But
he was like,
oh man, but to be fair, I think TSM's comp was better in Game 5. It was only a matter of time before it actually was going to be way too much for Golden Guardians to handle. But for FBI and Huhi, people were saying, oh yeah, FBI's dog shit. I don't know why Doublelift is praising them. You don't know what? Did we not watch? Did we not watch? Did we watch 2 different series? Because I saw this guy literally carrying them. Oh, well, you saw it because your TSM fans are blind. They have Doublelift's cock all the way down their throat, literally to their neck. So they're not gonna see properly. But FBI, why would Doublelift just say he's not good? Just to say he's not good. Like, what the hell? He gave him praise for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, Doublelift jokes around and talks trash all the time, but if he actually praises somebody, it's because he actually thinks they're good.
He even praised Sneaky.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
He had the whole sneaky and lane meme, but when push came to shove, when he was act like in a serious like scenario, he's like, "Oh yeah, Sneaky's real good," and he just basically gave the same treatment here to FBI, because FBI is pretty damn good, honestly. This season made a believer out of me, or at least these playoffs did. He's played real well.
I wouldn't say Huhi's the best support, because by saying best bot lane, that's not saying Huhi's the best support, but Huhi's definitely became a strong support.
Yes.
Yep.
They're super solid. They're one of the parts of Golden Guardians that they probably don't actually need to look to replace going into next year.
I don't think they need to replace their team at all. Maybe try and see if you can get a better top laner. Maybe
better top laner.
Yeah.
Maybe a better mid laner than Damonte.
Oh,
if you can.
Yeah, I was gonna say mid lane because I think mid lane is just super important right now.
Yeah.
Seeing Damonte getting shoved in like that, Bjergsen in the late game, like it was just a different class. It's just
Right.
a different breed.
Like, I don't think Damonte's bad, but when you're looking to upgrade a team, you have to look at your players very frankly,
Mhm.
and the roles they play in your team very frankly. And mid lane needs to be late game carry, or they need to be in the early game, super accelerating your team like Niski, right? So you need to either be a Bjergsen / Jensen or a Niski. Damonte is neither of those players. So if you want to be a top tier team, you need to be looking to get somebody like that. So he's perfectly serviceable as a mid laner, but you're never going to win a championship with Damonte unless the rest of your team is just absolutely stacked, I don't think.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, like, you know, to all the people who think we hate on Damonte, we think he's good. You know, he's a mid tier, but if you want to win, if you want to win LCS, if you want to get to Worlds, you definitely need an upgrade, because just currently right now, there's like 3 other, maybe even 4 other mid laners that are better. You know, like PoE, Jensen, Bjergsen, Nisk. You know, that's already 4 above him. You know, if you want to do better, then you got to have the top tier play.
Yep.
Yep, I agree. Based off this series, I mean, drafting for TSM is going to be an issue moving into the Cloud9 series, and that leads into it's always Cloud9 versus TSM. Just like
every time.
Just like in 2018, where they fought for the last spot at Worlds. Fun fact, guys, if you guys didn't watch it 2018, Sven was on TSM. Now he can do it to TSM and knock them out of going to Worlds, just like Cloud9 did all the way back in 2018. Now in 2018, it was a 3-0 by Cloud9. First 2 games, the first game was actually pretty close. It was like, what was it, 4 tanks versus 1? I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then the next 2 games were stomps. But after that, you know, it's always C9 versus TSM, and this is the final shot to go to Worlds. If one of these guys wins, they are in. Cloud9 versus TSM. I mean, you know, I'm unbiased as I can. If TSM win the series, I'm not surprised. They are improving a little bit, but I'm still not sold. They're actually a good team. They're not better than Team Liquid. They're not that much better than Flyquest. So let's be honest here. Power Evil can handle Bjergsen. That's like, he can easily handle Bjergsen.
Whoa, wait. There's a debate over whether who's better, Flyquest or TSM.
I mean,
wait, what?
Looking at it right now,
Flyquest looks hell of better, dude.
Yeah.
They look way better, like light years better. At least that's my opinion.
So you have TL and Flyquest who are already in. Now you have C9 versus TSM. Time to preview the match. Top lane, Licorice versus Broken Blade.
Licorice, pretty easily there. I think there's only going to be really one spot of contention here. We all know where it's going to be.
And you're going to go into Blabber versus Spica. To be fair, based off how Blabber was playing, if Spica gets the upper hand in the series at some point, I'm actually not surprised, because Blabber has not been performing insanely well. You know, I still think there's a big gap between them in terms of actual skill, but the way Spica's been playing recently, you could, if you said 50-45 Blabber, that's not too bad. They're both playing at a relatively equal level at the moment.
Yeah, like how I would explain it is that the floor of Blabber is lower than the ceiling of Spica, right? Mm-hmm. So if Spica plays really, really well and Blabber plays horrible, then yeah, Spica will play better. But if Blabber does play insane, you know, Blabber's ceiling is miles ahead of.
Right.
So you know, I completely agree with your.
Here's the thing: who would you actually trust? Who would you trust more with a Graves pick right now, Spica or Blabber?
There you go. I didn't even think about that. You want Spica on Graves in Game 4 to carry you? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Blabber may be inconsistent, but at least I can see Blabber actually popping off and carrying the game.
So, I think that the series will TSM might win Game 1. And then Cloud9, I think, will have a good shot of winning 3 straight. Because looking at it, the playstyles of both teams right now is super one-dimensional. Because Sven in their last series was pretty much what Bjergsen's doing, except he was doing it in the ADC position. Now, for the Cloud9 point, I could argue that they are just having a bad draft where they're just consistently only playing that. TSM's drafts you're drafting Split Push or Broken Blade, and the rest of the other guys are focused around Bjergsen. But Bjergsen is their strongest player, which is the next matchup, which is Niski versus Bjergsen. So that's the issue. Because there's a big gap here right now. Bjergsen is better than Niski, and that's going to be a big influencing deciding factor into the series. Niski has to be able to hold him back. Like,
I
there's
don't
just no ifs, ands, or buts. He has to be able to beat him.
No, I actually disagree. So, you ban the Azir. Just ban Azir. That's the most powerful 1v9 mid lane champion at the moment. I don't think it's even close. Like, you give Bjergsen Syndra, yeah, he'll be strong, but he's not carrying the entire game on his back on a Syndra. And then I don't think Niski has to beat Bjergsen. If Niski gets his Twisted Fate, a Galio or whatever, and he's allowed to roam and make plays elsewhere, he could win the game by going other places and not engaging with Bjergsen at all.
This is going to be an interesting series.
So I was talking to Ravioli right before we started recording, and like the very interesting thing that I looked into, especially every game against TSM, is that the consistent 3 bans that Golden Guardians or any other team usually did was Akali, LeBlanc, and Irelia. So LeBlanc specifically targeting Bjergsen, and then Akali Irelia is the flex that I would assume between Broken Blade and then Bjergsen too, right? So we already know that Bjergsen is possibly pretty good at these 3, right? And then Bjergsen has others like Azir that we mentioned, his Orianna's solid, his Syndra, and then his pocket pick Zillion. So I do think it's going to be very interesting to see what C9 decides to ban and what they decide to choose, because I think Shen is a very important pick C9 should ban. And if they do that, that leaves Bjergsen with a larger champion pool to choose from. So I think it's going to be pretty big in Bjergsen's favor, and it's not anything against Niski. I just feel like Niski's champion pool is a little bit limited compared to Bjergsen's.
Also,
and I think that'll be a pretty big problem.
They're gonna have to ban Zillion too. Yeah, you have to throw at least maybe Syndra, Azir, Zillion. That's 3 bans right there.
I don't know.
Golden Guardians had like the 5 bans, and so they still barely won. I mean, they barely lost the series.
I don't know. I don't think you have to, like, if you can't ban them all, I think you just ban like the Akali or something, and then move on. Or maybe just accept that he's gonna get a strong pick. Just give him one, and we ban the Shen, we ban the Azir, and then we ban something else. Because while having an assassin is really good, you can't kill the entire team with a single ultimate with an Akali. So yeah, you're gonna have to do that. The thing is, looking at it from the TSM side, they also have to ban a bunch of shit as well. They have to ban the Twisted Fate.
The Olaf for sure.
The Olaf is permabanned against Cloud9 every game, no matter what. Blabber is going to be never allowed to play Olaf for the rest of his life. I don't think.
Maybe it will. Maybe the team wouldn't scout.
And that'll be some of the games they win is when a team doesn't respect them enough to ban Olaf.
Oh my god, they get into a group like Top Esports. They give him Olaf. He just runs over Kinvi. It's like
right,
and then you realize you're actually just sleeping and dreaming because that shit's never gonna happen.
Right. So depending on side selection, they also have to ban Caitlyn.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Twisted Fate should be a permaban against C9 because I don't think they've lost on the champion.
Looking at TSM's drafting right here from how I've been watching the series so far, just to play the highlights of just a little bit. Looking at them so far, the Bjergsen priority is insane about how they actually choose to play around him if he has mid priority. Now, they're only going to get to this point if they have mid priority. So if Niski is able to play a champion that shuts down that mid priority, that's fine. But the issue here is that we saw Demonte playing Galio. He didn't really shut him down either. He just kind of just consistently lost too.
Right, but even Niski in his slump, I think, is miles better than Demonte.
That's also true.
Also, Niski is just better at playing the style, and C9 is a more cohesive team. So they're actually better at setting up the play. So every time she shoves in a wave and roams, they have a play already set up.
Alright, so the bot lane matchup, Sven and Vulcan versus Doublelift and let's just say Biofrost, because they literally took out treats. And they just won a series against Golden Guardians in a verse sweep. So, Doublelift and Biofrost versus Sven and Vulcan. Sven and Vulcan, they've been playing pretty well recently. I'm not gonna lie, they actually have been playing pretty well.
They've been insane, man, dude. They're insane.
Doublelift or Apollo, whatever his name is. I don't see them beating them in the 2v2.
Oh shit! The day where Ravioli calls Biofrost a ball. Holy shit!
Biofrost lost his job, and Double Lift has been sleeping for 2 splits.
You know what's funny about TSM is that Double Lift can have the worst series of his life and get his contract renewed. So what the fuck?
Yeah, right. It's like, what? But he didn't do anything. Bjergsen just over there, just looking around, like
he's like, "Can I get a raise?"
Yeah, like, hello, hello. Guy who just carried the series on my back over here. Hello.
I like Double Lift on utility. If TSM is going to win, you're gonna have to put him on Ashe. Have him set up the team with Ashe arrows, because that's the way they've been actually winning a lot of their team fights is with Double Lift on utility rather than the actual carry of the team. Now his Caitlyn is not bad. If you want to do that game 1 where they're gonna test out to see, or because a lot of teams do this where it's limit testing. Or skill testing, where they have them pick a champion to see if they're actually really sufficient on it. I could see that. But how Sven's been playing versus how Double's been playing, the edge has to go to Sven.
Yeah. And Vulcan hasn't lost his job, so I'm gonna have to give that one to Vulcan.
I think a lot of the picks will be very important. Like, I think for me, bot lane picks for sure that C9 has to pick up is the Caitlyn. Like, for some reason, C9 has banned Caitlyn on blue side, which for me is very interesting because usually it's the red side who bans it because of the first pick. I definitely want to see Sven doing Kalista. I want to see him not so much on the Senna or Ezreal right now, because I do think that having the lane priority and shoving in bot lane will be very crucial in winning and getting the dragon priority. Another thing that I just quickly want to go back to for Blabber, I want to see him on Lilia, dude. Like, Lilia, I feel like
he doesn't play it. He doesn't play it at all. Lilia's so strong. Yeah,
I definitely think that Blabber on Lilia, like, that's definitely like kind of like a new version of Olaf per se, because the damage is still there. You know, you can play around him, right? So I think we've seen him on Graves, we've seen him on Lee Sin, and they've been decent. You know, nothing against Blabber, but Lilia is the new meta, and if Olaf is getting banned, dude, you got to do something. Like, Nocturne's not the thing for you.
I noticed that too in Flyquest's first game. He didn't even play Liliad. I was like, this champion is actually broken. Yeah. What pick this? Literally pick this. If they won the game playing this pick, because all Flyquest did was invade with this pick to put him behind. Take that and invade too. Like, I don't see why, because some people say, well, they did it. I don't want to copy them. They just won. All that matters is winning. What are you talking about? I want to copy him. Yeah. I don't want to be a copycat. I'm pretty sure you like winning too. So, you know, he has to. I'm glad you brought that up. He has not played Liliad yet. I was like, play it. Yeah. It's actually strong. Hence, the person in my soul games destroyed me with it today. So, I feel the wrath of that champion. Holy fuck.
It's just weird because she's one of the champions. She's a 45% win rate right now in the jungle.
In solo queue, right?
Yeah, in solo queue. Yeah. It's weird. She's one of those champions that's absolutely garbage in solo queue, but give it to a pro and they actually can do a lot of work with them.
Yeah. I for sure want to see those picks coming out from C9. And I do want to see the C9 bans against TSM. I think the bans will be more important than the per se, because, you know, C9 has champs that they have to ban for TSM, and likewise, you know. So is Bjergsen going to be perma Zillion, or is there going to be a new pick? And same thing for C9.
I don't know. The Zillion pick doesn't scare me nearly as much as the Azir pick does.
Yeah, for sure. Because Azir is more meta.
Yeah.
It's also way more of a problem in a team fight.
I could see TSM picking Zillion in their first game to get that first game win. I could see that. Or maybe if they're down 0-2, you pick it in game 3. But picking it in game 3 means you're kind of automatically taking Bjergsen off a carry per se.
Yeah, here's the thing. Who did they let us have, and who did we let them have? Is it just do we just let Bjergsen have his pick?
Bro, this series is gonna give me a heart attack. Or who do they have? This series is actually gonna give me a heart attack. I was like, oh my god.
I think Cloud9 wins this pretty easily, honestly.
So predictions, I'm saying Cloud9 win. I want a 5-game series. I want the Silver Scrapes, but that's gonna
I was about to say, dude, you stole my thunder, dude. I was about to say.
But
I want the 5-game, possibly C9 reverse sweep.
Oh, shit.
C9 reverse sweep, that's the ultimate storyline, dude.
Oh, and the narrative will be C9 has stopped TSM twice for going to Worlds, and then it's also bragging rights too. So I have a heart attack. But my heart literally, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna be losing. Please don't. C9 wins 3-1 because I think in terms of Golden Guardians, they took their feet off the gas pedal for their car. C9's car is a BMW car, and obviously those are fast, and they can use that to their advantage. So I'm gonna say C9 win 3-1 because I could see C9
also powered by Europeans.
Oh my lord!
Oh my god, bro! Come on.
I can see because the problem with both Golden Guardians and Cloud9 is that I can see C9 being in their position and finishing it. I can see them being in the position Golden Guardians was and finishing it rather than Golden Guardians taking their foot off the gas and just letting it unfold where they're all just losing. But to be fair, 2019 Spring Split semifinals, C9 did take their foot off the gas pedal. So it's possible, but I think that this team specifically does not really want to have that blemish of this is the only Cloud9 roster never to make Worlds. That'd be crazy though, because Cloud9 to this day has never missed Worlds ever since they came into the league. That's 7 years. 7 Worlds appearances, right? It'd be 7, right? Wouldn't it? Yeah. No, it'd be...
This would be this.
It'd be 8,
No,
right?
it would be 8.
It'd be 8,
Wait.
wouldn't it?
Ace?
Wait, hold on. Let me look.
2013,
I'm looking it up.
2014?
Because they entered season 3, right?
Yeah.
So this is season 10. So
they went 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019.
Let's see.
So that's what?
Cloud9,
7?
League of Legends.
I'm pretty sure it's 7.
They were in season 3.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's 7 Worlds appearances so far.
Yeah. 3, 4,
Can you
5.
say-
Could you? Oh my god, that's a
9,
huge
10.
blemish on their records. If they lose to TSM, oh my god, please, for the love of
No,
God, do not.
Yeah, this is a 3-1 for Cloud9. Here's the thing. TSM has Bjergsen right now, which is cool and all. You got the hottest mid laner in the league. But Cloud9 is a way more cohesive team and actually play together, at least when they're allowed to. I.e., when Shen's banned. I'm not going to stop talking about it. If they don't ban Shen, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump off a cliff.
Oh my lord.
But
yeah.
I just think the rest of the team around Niski is so much stronger than the team that happens to be around Bjergsen. That Bjergsen
sure.
has the edge there, but I don't think it eclipses that. And Bjergsen can only be in one place at one time, where Niski has 4 teammates
Who are willing to not be bots.
Yes, that are not bots. I think that's just too. This is finally the point in the tournament where it's just too much for Bjergsen to overcome.
And the next series is Flyquest versus Team Liquid. This is actually rather interesting because Flyquest, if people predict them to lose, I think that's fair. They actually are pretty strong so far. They're good at what they are able to be good at. They're good at their style. Team Liquid is also very good at their specific style. So if Flyquest make the finals, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But the issue with Flyquest is that at the end of the day, they do have worse players, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Except in the mid lane, because PoE is proving week after week that he's exactly as good as Bjergsen, Jensen, Niski before the slump. He's exactly as good as those players.
So let's go lane by lane. You have Solo versus Impact? Essentially the same players?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty close, yeah.
I predict a wet noodle fight in the top lane.
And then you have Santorin versus Broxa. I'm giving the edge to Santorin.
Yep.
For sure.
He's been super underrated this whole year, honestly.
And you also have Jensen versus Power of Evil. I think that's also even. But Jensen can carry games a lot more effectively. Power of Evil also can do the same. It just depends on the different scenarios you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be bloody as hell in that mid lane.
Oh my god, I can't wait that Jensen and Bjergsen would get knocked out by Power of Evil. The narratives would be out the roof. Holy shit. Power of Evil, the freaking Danish-German freaking mid laner killer. Good god,
dude,
man.
I've been sucking on PoE's dick the whole year, and it feels vindicating.
Oh my god. You have Wild Turtle and Ignar versus Tactical and Core JJ. Now, I'm giving the edge to Tactical if we're talking about just ADC. For support, Ignar and Core JJ play very similar, but Core JJ is more impactful in the way he is Ignar, except a little bit more better. So that's why it's hard to say that how could Flyquest really win though. I see it, but I don't see it. If you guys can understand what I'm saying, like
they just draft better.
That's all they got.
I mean, I could argue the same thing from the perspective of TL too, though. I'd be like, well, TL's not really much better than FlyQuest, so how do they win? Who's
TL
drafting better?
TL is very forgiving. They let you scale towards like what 25, 30 minutes. They win a team fight. They get Baron. FlyQuest is more proactive early game. That can be a plus for them.
Yeah. I'm calling 3-2 FlyQuest.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
whoa!
Interesting.
Okay.
You're a believer, huh?
I am a believer.
I'm shutting that shit down. 3-1 Team Liquid. My boy Jensen is gonna run.
I was about to say.
My boy Jensen is running down Power V.
Hold up. We did bring it up. I wanted to bring it up earlier when we said that Zillion was Bjergsen's pocket pick. That's a fucking lie. That is Jensen's pocket pick.
The biggest
The OG, the OG.
The biggest lie in the community. Oh, Bjergsen is a pocket pick for Bjergsen. No, Bjergsen. Fuck. I messed it up.
Literally, he saw Jensen do it and said, "Wow, that's good. I'm gonna pick that up."
Oh shit! Oh my god! But
dude, what if Jensen pulls out the Veigar, dude? Remember that?
Oh.
Dude, that's another pocket pick, dude.
I'm gonna need Power of Evil to give me some spicy mid lane picks because Power of Evil is not a weak mid laner. They're actually both pretty even at this point. It's 50-50 both. I wouldn't give one 45-50, 75-30. No, they are equally matched. They're equally skilled. I think this is gonna be a really good mid lane matchup. Is Broxa going to be impactful in this series? That's the problem because if Broxa's not impactful, they're not gonna get anywhere. Like he has been impactful in their recent games, but as for their overall performance, I'm just not seeing it. I think Santorin is better at his style than Broxa is better at his style specifically. What is going on?
Yeah, completely agree.
Are we still streaming? Yeah, 1 sec. Sorry, people are messaging me. Oh, but I put 1 sec. 1 sec. Good God. But
dude, he's coming in, man. He's hinting it. He's hinting it. He needs it.
All right. So, did you guys watch any of the EU series? I watched Rogue versus Fnatic. I watched G2 versus Mad Lion too.
I unfortunately did not have time this weekend. My weekend was stuffed full of shit I had to do.
Oh,
I watched all three. I watched the highlights for the Schalke one, but the other two I watched.
So Schalke or Mad Lions could be the final 4th seed for Worlds. Schalke could be a team that was 1-10 and have a chance to go to Worlds. Talk about improvement.
Dude, that's the dream, dude.
That's the dream. That's the miracle run. I want to fight for the miracle run. Schalke wins 3-1. Let's go. Let's get that miracle run. Let's get that cemented in history for Schalke. Mad Lions have been looking weaker. That's the problem, though. Mad Lions were at first place. They got super complacent and started falling off.
I was going to say the same thing about Rogue, too. I think the first 2 seeds going into playoffs, Rogue and Mad Lions, regular season, best of 1 team, they look good. In the playoffs, dude, they look different. I mean, certainly Mad going to G2, obviously the playoffs favorite. Mad didn't do super bad. They still played pretty well, but G2 just outclassed them, I would say. But Rogue, dude, Larson looks like a different player, dude. Like, regular season Larson, he was actually carrying the games. Like, playoff Larson, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what goes on with them. They actually played pretty decent in most regular seasons so far that I've seen them in outside of their very first one. But they just, what is this? Like, I don't understand where this comes from, where it's like teams who get super complacent that are not G2 or Fnatic at the top and then just falter off, But overall, Fnatic going to Worlds, I don't know. The moment they start losing, they're mentally going to be destroyed. They're going to go to scrims, get absolutely destroyed, and then Reckless is going to cry on stage and shit. Oh my god. But do you guys have any predictions for T1 versus Africa Freaks?
Okay.
I'd say 2-0.
I'd still say T1.
I say
It's a 3-game series. Is the thing. Like,
I say 2-0 T1. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't see much from Afrika. They're just like a gate. They're literally like a worse version of Splice was for EU last year. Just a gatekeeper team. That's cool and all, but that doesn't get you to Worlds unless they somehow just turn it on right now, where Mystic becomes like Deft or Mystic turns into fucking Uzi. I just don't see it. Keen is good. Keen is great, but nah, I'm just not seeing it, honestly. Like, T1 are not also that much better, but in terms of macro and how they maneuver on the map, T1 is better. Now, if someone in the comment section says Faker will clap freaking Fly, you just literally, they are not the same people. Closer and Faker are not the same. It's not one person with a different nameplate. It's literally, Faker has not been playing. People.
Yep.
Dude, they might think that the closer from NA just flies to Korea on his off days, dude. Like, that's how insane they are.
he's double dipping, dude.
Oh my god. But overall, that's pretty much it. I think we covered everything. Unless you guys watched the LPL, which I actually do. Suning just took out LGD, right? For the 3rd place.
Yeah.
I remember, I watched it last night. I was like, oh my god. LGD. Classic LGD. I want to hype you up a little bit, and then BAM! To the toilet. I told people they're not that...
Spring finals rematch, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Like,
that's where the hype...
Oh my god, give it to me right now. Look, the LPL, I love watching LPL, man. They're just so... They know what they're good at, and they don't care what people say. They ultimately just want to play that style and be the best at that style. I can respect that, because people... It's like, well, why don't you be flexible? Dude? And no, you don't... Being flexible doesn't mean better. Being flexible gives you an edge. Now... For the LPL, since they know what they're good at, they just play towards that, you know? And that's fine. Play towards that. Be good at that. Because if no one can beat you at that style, then it's really not going to matter anyway. But let's go to the playoffs so far. Follow the bracket. So now, who is in the final? Sorry if I'm darker right now. Sorry. Let me get the darkness out of the way.
For LPL in the finals?
I'm pretty sure it's, I'm pretty sure I know who
it's
it is.
Top and JD.
Again? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I said. Spring said final rematch, dude.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, fuck. I predicted JDG to win last time, so I mean.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just didn't think Top had it at that moment. But if Top wins this time around, I'm not surprised. But god damn, man. See, I kind of missed a good majority of the regular split because I was just so super busy. But
same.
Yeah, and there's tons of games, dude, in LPL. 100% understand.
If I'm going off of their last series, JDG might be able to win again. Imagine JDG winning back-to-back LPL splits. That's a team you do not want to, take lightly in a group stage. They are not bad. People keep, oh, your gal's weak. Oh, good, your gal's weak. Whatever. Weaker in terms of an LPL mid laner, I'll take my chances. Oh my god. Like, Angel is a strong mid laner. The LPL in general has strong players, you know? So
yeah, well, it helps that they're a really strong region that makes really strong players, but they also steal players from Korea, too.
Oh, I just go over there and take them. Come over here, bastard. Play for my 10 cent.
I wouldn't be surprised if they kidnapped them in the middle of the night.
Oh my lord!
It is China.
Oh, hey, YouTube, we're still here, man. Come on, we're good.
Alright, flag.
I'm sorry.
Flag.
Just beat me out for that last part.
Just literally flag. Oh,
listen,
no. But anything else?
Anything else?
That's everything.
Yeah, I think so. My boy's Dragon X gonna take it in the LCK though.
Oh my god! Watch Genji. Genji's winning the hall, man.
Dude, Dragon X.
Dragon X is getting destroyed by Genji. Watch.
Let's watch it. We'll watch it together at 4 a.m. Let's do it.
Oh my god.
Let's watch these live, man. Come on. That'll be so
live watch party. Oh my
god. We'll co-stream it. We'll co-stream it on Twitch. Get those viewers in.
I was thinking
easy
about
money.
that too. I was thinking about that too, like co-streaming it on YouTube or Twitch. It being like, hey, what's up, guys? Mute it during when their copyrighted music plays. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing. I will dominate. Oh, what's up, guys?
What's up?
You know what? Let's do it for LCK and let's do it for the C9 TSM match, dude.
Yeah, let's do it.
I wish I could, man. I really wish I
could. Let's do it.
Because I'm off that. I'm not off that day for C9 versus TSM. I work that day. I just don't know what time I get home that day. Oof. Yeah,
we'll do it.
It was
let's do it for the
something
boys.
to plan for. Yeah, it's something to obviously point of the wild card. Why? I don't need. There's no point of a wild card match in the playoff. LCK morons. It's playoffs. Why is there a best of 3 when they just got through playing a whole literal split of best of 3s?
Don't know.
The T1 branding, dude. They just love T1.
Someone said no faker, no love, pussy. Oh my god.
NA's doing it right. Best of 1, then you go to immediately to best of 5s.
Oh my god. Playoffs power up T1. Bring Faker back for us. People sound like such fanboys. Oh my god.
Resurrect Faker.
Dude, all I'm gonna say to those people is look at the past few games that Closer has played. He's been solid. I wouldn't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say sub and Faker immediately, dude.
People are like, ooh.
Can Faker even sign with a different team? Isn't he part owner of T1 now?
If you're
He might have to divest a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I just never see him going to another team, honestly. I think T1 is Faker and Faker is T1. Just like the whole Bjergsen thing. Bjergsen is TSM and, you know.
Like, he'll just sit there, like, maybe he's going to retire. Maybe he should. He is one of the oldest players in the LCK at this point.
He's already gotten more than you could ever get out of a career. 3 world championships. He won an IEM, multiple regional titles. He has like the highest. I think he has like 9 at this point.
Right,
9.
like
No one's surpassing that anytime soon.
Right, like at a certain point, it's just like, man, just don't like shit on your legacy by playing too long. Just you know, ride to the sunset, dude.
But yeah,
dude, he's only 24. That's not even that old.
He's old. He's old.
That's really old for the LCK. They get him young over there.
Okay, that's
dude.
true.
But I'll see you guys
true.
later. I actually head out. So as you guys know, like, comment, subscribe, most of all enjoy. C9 will end up clapping TSM. They're gonna go to Worlds, obviously. Genji.
C9, take my energy. Let's go, boys.
Let's do it.
Genji are winning the LCK split for 20.
Oh, it's Dragon X. Let's go.
No, Genji. You
damn one, bro. Damn one, bro. It's all damn one.
You guys are haters. Oh,
you're a damn one.
See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, most of all enjoy. Zen, Mr. Ravioli, Nightwing, all signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day.
Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.